Hey guys, it's me again, Vanessa, and this time around I'm going to talk to you about what I spent my week researching, and that's on keyword research and SEO for Pinterest. So, what I realized actually is that SEO for Pinterest differs quite a bit from Google. Your normal metrics or indicators for what might be high valued content or might rank for that search engine doesn't necessarily translate onto Pinterest. Uh, and so that automatically means that, the sort of framework that I've been using for Google, which I have a bit more familiarity with and experience on doing keyword research for, differs when I'm on Pinterest. So I spent some time basically looking at all the resources out there. I highly recommend two videos that you guys should definitely check out. And they're from Pinterest influencers. The first one is by Anastasia. Um, Once more, I'll link all of this in the description so you guys can check it out as well. And basically, she talks about strategies that you could use to do keyword research for Pinterest and how do you kind of. She doesn't go into great detail and how for example, like sharing the spreadsheet that she uses or the actual framework, but she does give some really good tips and tricks on how to kind of optimize your Pinterest account for SEO because essentially Pinterest is a search engine. She also does give some really good advice. So certain things that I will share with you guys. For instance, is the fact that using Pinterest ads keyword metrics because Pinterest ads is the equivalent of Google search ads, and so there is some keyword volume data over there, but it is not accurate at all. And I can show you a little example. Okay, so I have to show it to you guys again. So if you kind of head over to your account, I'm not going to actually launch an ad, so you don't even need to launch an ad or create a campaign to see this data. You can kind of see it manually. I mean, sorry, not manually, but you can kind of just see it um, on your profile, and they have like these pre-made campaigns for you. So I've just like randomly clicked on one, and I'm just going to click a random targeting strategy because if I don't, these options are not actually enabled. So I'm going to hit down to interested keywords, and once more, what I'm interested in is the keywords. And I'm going to put in my niche called home decor, just to give me an idea of what keywords are out there. And as you can see, these numbers are ridiculous. It says 5 million plus. And you could argue, and this is something Anastasia mentions as well in her video, that, Pinterest is actually a smaller search engine than Google. It has less traffic, right? So if you put the same keyword into Google, for example, I'm making use of the tool Keywords Everywhere because I work there, and I love the tool. Not biased, but yeah, you can see that it only has like 135,000 hits a month. So yeah, you can't really do much with this information, honestly. Like even longer tail keywords, which traditionally would have a smaller search volume, seem to rack in 5 million. And even if I niche down, I can put home decor minimalist, which is the niche that I'm in. It kind of gives me an estimation 500k to 1 million, but it's still not enough to sort of like give me any great value. So I sort of just overlooked this bit and made use of keywords everywhere because yes, the data comes from Google and not from Pinterest. Pinterest doesn't make keyword data metrics like monthly search volume publicly available, but you can kind of make the assumption that if this has a high search volume on Google, that it would translate into Pinterest as well. So that's what I base it on. So yeah, this is something I got from the video that I really liked. I did not kind of waste my time on Pinterest ads keywords. Also, she did recommend not overstuffing your keywords onto your pin descriptions and onto your board because this might actually end up penalizing you. You don't just kind of do this great big research for all the keywords and then overstuff it. Instead, just focus on one keyword and then you could repeat them in all your content. And also, part of the reason that is really different doing SEO on Pinterest versus Google is the fact that you can actually reuse your URL. There's no like kind of canonical. You're not hit with a duplicate content if you're reusing the same URLs to direct outbound traffic, all you have to do is, you can switch up your description slightly, but keep the same keywords. And the most important thing is actually to just switch up the images because it is a visual platform. So that's basically what I learned. And yeah, I'm also going to use parts of the methodology of keyword research that's pretty standard, which is that, for each stage of the funnel, you want to do keyword research for each stage of the funnel, essentially. This is something that Pinterest talks about as well. On their article, they have an interesting article about the media strategies using Pinterest ads. But, they break it down by customer journey, which starts with awareness, and then you have consideration, and finally conversion. So when you're doing keyword research, you have to think for your customers, which part of the journey they're in. Since I'm doing this keyword research for Pinterest, I would say that they are in the awareness stage of the funnel. So, it's very much content that's inspiring them. So those are it's going to inform the kind of keywords that I'll be going after. And also you can look at keyword research with different search intent, right? So is it informational, navigational, commercial, or transactional? And this is something that really depends on your business and what you're going after. But these are kind of the things that informed my keyword research that I'm kind of doing for Pinterest that I would like to share. And it's inspired, yes, by Anastasia's video, as I spoke about. But also the second video I wanted to talk about is by Heather Faris. She's another Pinterest influencer. Yeah, once more I'll link all these videos. And in her video, she actually shares a spreadsheet of how she does keyword research for Pinterest. So she uses the example of, and this is the spreadsheet over here. She basically has a link to her video in the beginning. And she uses an example of her own business. She mentions her own business, but actually she uses a brand example for a brand that's in the jewelry niche. So I'm not going to it is interesting. I love the fact that she's given this spreadsheet and I'm going to fill it in, but there are obviously going to be certain differences between my journey and her journey. So I think that's kind of the roadblock I faced with this week's SEO research, is the fact that a lot of content that's out there, and probably you guys have faced the same, talks about how you can do keyword research or how you can grow accounts that already have, an established blog or an established business. And so, you have basically this catalog of content that you can go through, what ranks on Google already well for your niche, etc. And you have a list of products that you are able to sell. Because I'm starting from ground zero, as you guys know, I've just recently applied for affiliate programs, so I don't even have a catalog of products that I know for sure I can feature and actually get money on. There's going to be certain adaptations that I make to that are hopefully going to work for me. So yeah, I'm going to fill out the template with you guys, essentially. So as I said before, watch her video and she talks about this jewelry niche and how, and she basically lists all the different products that are here. And for example, the different products that she's selling and the keywords that are related to that. And then she also has services. If you sell any, you don't. She doesn't, I don't, or at least for her client. And what are the last 10 pieces of content? And based on this content, you can also get the keywords that are related to that content. So these are all going to kind of inform your decision for your keyword research. And the 5 most common questions people ask. So these 2 sections I definitely won't be able to fill out because I only have 2 blog posts currently. And, I'm not getting any questions on my blog just yet, or for my customers per se, or audience, not customers, because I'm not selling products directly, but I'm not getting any questions from my audience. So instead, what I can do currently is look at the different products that I do intend to list on my website eventually, on my blog. And the one affiliate program that has my back so far is definitely Amazon. So what I did is I just went through Amazon's catalog and I looked for home decor items that are related to my niche. So like I said before, it is in the minimalist, Japanese, Zen niche. So I just found some products that I could that would then give me product images that I could then make collages from. Yeah, that I could then create pins around. Um, and so what I did is just I've listed out those product titles over here. So for example, one of it is Wabi Sabi hanging lamp white, and variations of it, of these keywords. So I can also test them. And yeah, I did it for a vase, and I also did it for a bonsai tree, because these are all items that relate to my niche. So what I did over here was also add it to the what products you sell, as my keyword. So I could follow her step. And what she actually does is she starts on Google, but I decided to start on Pinterest, just to see what's actually out there. So I did and to inform me more about different, what are the related trends that are actually currently trending on Pinterest. So you could go to Pinterest trends, or you could also make use of like keywords everywhere, which is really useful. And that's why my interface looks a bit different. It's because I have the Keywords Everywhere plugin installed, so it gives me data. This is all search volume I would have gotten on Google anyway, so it just saves me time. Instead of having to go onto Google, I'm just doing it here. So I've typed in bonsai plants, and immediately I'm seeing all the different kinds of images that are here, and I'm looking at it. I could definitely make some content around this based on the Amazon product that I chose. And what's also interesting is I then find, so what I do is I'm copying all the related trends, because this is related to the kind of keywords I want to rank for, but it's also giving me new product ideas. So for example, I've never heard of jade plants, but it seems to be related to bonsai plants. And it has actually more searches, 110,000 per month compared to bonsai plants. And it's also, something that you can consider minimalist Zen home decor with these indoor plants. So this is really cool. As you see, low light indoor plants. So all these trends are highly relevant to my niche. I'm going to just switch that one off. So what I do is I just kind of copy paste them and onto the sheet. And so that I have this master list of keywords that I can then sift through later on. And now with this low light plants as well, I'm gonna just add these keywords into. And another cool thing is so I'm gonna go back and focus on bonsai plants for a bit, but you have different topic ideas that Keywords Everywhere gives you. So once more, I prefer using this tool, and this informs my keyword research. So it gives me more alternatives of longer tail keywords that I can actually use for the different pins that I'm gonna make for my board. So as I said before, you can have one URL. So I could have one article about bonsai plants and possibly jade plants as well. Top indoor plants, low maintenance indoor plants that fit your minimalist decor. That could be an idea. And based on that, I could use these keywords like how to make bonsai plants, how to care for bonsai plants indoor, because these seem to have like decently high search volume on Google, so that should translate onto Pinterest. And I could create several different images and pin descriptions and see what works. So once more, I make use of Keywords Everywhere, so I can kind of star these keywords, and it'll show up on my keyword list. But that's my process. And also I would do this I'll do this to kind of verify the products that are out there as well, because what I'm going to do is basically use the products that I want to get a commission from to inform the kind of content that I'm creating, and see if there's actually a need for it, or what kind of topics I can kind of bundle it into. So for example, I've showed you guys the bonsai plants one. Let's look at Moroccan natural vase. So this is kind of what it looks like. So let's actually put it into, let me just put maybe natural vase and see if there is search volume. So not too much actually, only 210 a month. So people are probably not really looking for it. So it might not make sense to spend time creating content around this. But what is interesting is glass vase. So that has around 14,000, like close to 15,000 a month. And yeah, so this could also totally fit into the minimalist aesthetic. So I've now just found out like a new, basically a new keyword, or a new keyword that could be I could use to create content around, and I can look for glass vases on Amazon to find affiliate links for. So see frosted glass, glass texture, glass vases, decor ideas. So this definitely seems to be more interesting, and it is under the home decor niche, which is great. And looking at the images as well, like yeah, this just basically helped me discover a new a new topic actually, and I could use these longer tail keywords as well to kind of like create my pins. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to basically show you what the research process that I'm doing for the keywords. Sorry, the research process that I'm doing for the products I would like to create images around and the kind of keywords I come across. And making use of Heather's spreadsheet, which I find really useful because at the end, and this looks a bit messy because she basically wanted to show the kind of content she ended up creating for that jewelry niche, as I mentioned before. So, the headline and what kind of keywords and how that kind of all relates. And also, yeah, the titles that she has, like that she's used it across any sort of like text box that is available on Pinterest. You need to plug your keywords that you're going after. So for the pins, pin title, pin description, pin text overlay, for the specific boards as well, I could make a glass vase board and talk about all the different glass vases that are there, how to care for them, different options based on your aesthetic, etc. And also in your display name and your bio. So for me, as once more, like my display and bio is going to be more focused on Zen interiors. So I think I also might change it up a bit now because now it just says My Zen Interior, sharing inspiration of Zen interior spaces for home decor. But if I put in Zen Interior, let's even put it on Google, right? I can, by the way, yeah, so Keywords Everywhere also works on Google, and I can only see like 50 searches a month. But if I put minimalist interior, I'm getting like 3,600 a month. And then if I scroll down, I have more keyword ideas, so related keywords. And this can kind of inform my decision or contemporary interior design might be an interesting one. Minimalist furniture, so slightly higher search volume. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be basically playing around with. It's a mixture of using Keywords Everywhere on Pinterest and on Google. And I find this sheet super helpful. And yeah, in the next video, I'll show you guys like a finished pin, hopefully, with all the keywords that I've used and some examples that I've posted up. So yeah, see you guys next week. Bye.